Hello Sagittarius, welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. My channel is still new, so please subscribe and hit the bell button. Also like, comment, share. I appreciate that so much. Everyone who's viewing, everyone who's already my subscriber, thank you so much. I love you all, and I absolutely love your comments. I always reply as well. For those of you who don't know, I'm also an author. I'm writing an action-adventure love story on superhero twin flames. I've written 2 books in the series so far. It's called Perception, The Two Yet One, Books 1 and 2. You can find links in the description box to purchase my books from Amazon. You can also find links to view trailers that I created for each of them. I am reading book 1 aloud live on Facebook to my Facebook friends and followers. I've read up to chapter 11. There are 18 chapters, so I am not finished yet, but you can find links to all of those in the description box below. You can also find a link to the playlist that I created here on YouTube for it. It will hold all the chapters and the trailers. You can also find links in the description box for my author's page on Facebook as well as my personal wall. And 2 lives that I did a few years back that I told my story. I uploaded those here as well. So if you want to know what my story is about, you can watch those. Anyone who wants a personal reading, I'm now offering those. You can find the information to contact me in the description box below to book 1. As a reader, I read major arcana cards as messages about your divine blueprint, which is the plan that you made before you incarnated as the being that you are in order to learn certain lessons to raise the vibration of your soul. I read minor arcana cards as messages about your free will as a being. This is a timeless reading. Whenever you're attracted to it, I expect that's when it is right for you. And if a card is upside down, it means that the energy of the card is not fully in effect or fully manifested. I read the positions a little differently than other readers, so I'll explain as I go. Here we have, at the heart of everything for you at this time, the fully manifested energy of the 1111 card. Today is 1111, Sagittarius, so this is really pretty neat to see in today's readings. In other decks, what you'll see is 2 wands on one side and then 2 wands on the other, and so therefore it's the 1111 card. So this is probably a pretty important day for you. My guides are showing me the circle. This is a portal, of course. This portal of 1111 you're going through right now with a lot of passion, with your own energy here, which is fire. Fire, of course, is you, Sagittarius, along with Leo and Aries, which is right here. I also call this my Aries and Libra card because this is Aries, and then we have Venus here, which rules Libra. Libra is an air sign, and that's why the doves are there. So that's how I see that as well. For others of you, this represents marriage or a proposal. So some of you may have been proposed to today. I mean, this is pretty flippin' cool, I just have to say, because as this is a 4, what we have next is a 3, so that's kind of a progression, which if you were proposed to today, that's really a beginning, and 3 and 4 from 1 to 10 is the numbers of the suits and the minor arcana. So that's an earlier 3 and 4. It's nowhere near 10. But look at what you have right on top of the them. This is a marriage card. Okay, this is like a proposal or getting married. And so what do you have on top of it? Another marriage card. I mean, wow, Sagittarius, this is flippin' awesome. This is, of course, this is Cups. This is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. We've got some Mercury up here, if that means anything for you. This is a Cancer down here, so who knows? It could have been an Aries or a Libra or a Cancer that proposed to you or has something to do with this. This is the card of abundance. For others of you, unfortunately, I'm getting the energy of a third party situation. So you'll know which one of those you are. But I just find it really interesting that these are two marriage cards and right on top of one another. And but this is also, this says this is abundance, and you know, water energy is love energy, it's emotion. It's this is a manifestation. It doesn't have to be a wedding. This can be something like an anniversary or a baby shower, some sort of emotional manifestation that creates a celebration. Okay? So, I mean, but you know, this could represent a wedding and you're celebrating, and you know, but also this is the minor arcana card for abundance. So it could be that you may be married and you might be feeling abundantly happy at this time. It could be that you're married and you are having a baby shower, or you are having an anniversary, something like that. It's basically the fulfillment of the will to love as well. Okay, so this is really neat. That's great energy to start out with. Now, here's what's at the root of everything for you at this time, and this is a queen. In this particular deck, there are no kings. The highest masters are the queens. We have queens, princes, and princesses, and we have knights, and that's it. And so this is the Queen of Swords, and sword energy is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Now, the Queen of Swords, when she is fully in her energy, she is the master of her mind. Swords is mind energy, it's thoughts, it's intellect, it's logic, and she is the master of all of that. This is a feminine energy that learns from all the suffering and pain that she's gone through. Okay? Now, in most decks, you'll see her sitting in her throne with both her sword and her other hand up. Very defensive like, even though she looks, you know, pretty chill. But what I like about this card is that she is not doing that. Look at how relaxed she is. She is so light that she can sit on a cloud. Okay? Now, look at this right here. I always show people this, what this means, because it does kind of look kind of disturbing. But what this is, this looks like an old man's head. And what this means is that she's gone into her mind and she's cut out all the old, useless, negative, possibly, you know, probably masculine ways of thinking, old negative thoughts, yeah, ways of thinking, modes of thought. And even though this is pretty spiky looking up here, I feel like this is Archangel Raphael, because this is green. The head is green. Green is the color of healing. Raphael is the healer. And he's right up above her mind. Her mind has been healed. So she is not so defensive anymore, even though she's gone through pain, even though she has suffered a great deal in her life. She has mastered, this is stuff like anger and defensiveness and being jaded and being afraid. That's what that represents. Now, she's upside down for you. This is the root of everything for you, okay? So she is not fully manifested. To master, to become the Queen of Swords, you have to master everything I just said. This is telling you that you have not. Okay? You are beginning to, but you still have not mastered the things that the Queen of Swords has mastered. And that is the root of all of this, which is interesting. Not really sure how that plays out just yet. We'll see as we go. This is the energy that is moving out of your life at this time. This is the Seven of Swords. Like I said, sword energy is mental energy, it's thoughts, it's logic, and this is also upside down. Now, this has the energy of Aquarius, an air sign, and also the moon, okay? The moon represents things like deception. This is the card of theft. This is the card of a shady character trying to make away with the Seven Swords, trying to get away with something, trying to, this is a thief, a spy, somebody who's dishonest, somebody who's untrustworthy. This can be an unstable effort, incomplete success because you kind of gave up, you got exhausted. Okay, now this didn't manifest, whatever this was. Okay, it didn't manifest. Now it's on its way out. So this is a really good card to be in the section upside down and on its way out. This can also be business espionage, you know, business espionage, lies, theft, embezzlement. Now, these are your future cards, okay? For me as a reader, these are future cards. One will occur before the other. Now, you'll see that one of them, this one is right side up, whereas this one is upside down. You probably can't really see that from where this is. So it could be that this is going to happen first, and then this is going to. But normally now I just have to start reading them and let my guides speak through me. Now this is your energy, Sagittarius, fire energy. And like I said, there's no kings, so this is the Princess of Wands. And she is joyful. She loves life. She is, she's swept away with the joy of life, okay? She's got the sun on her wand. The sun is the happiest card in the deck, the ruler of Leo. This has something to do with tiger energy. They don't normally point that out. So as a totem, you may want to stop and look up tiger energy. What? Especially in combination with today? 11/11. Interesting. Ooh, let me know what you guys find out. Okay, so she is right side up, and she's the joy of life. She's zest for life. She's young, she's a youthful energy that she really enjoys herself. She does have a downside to her, but because she's, I don't feel that from her at this point. This is a lot of happiness. Just glad to be alive, okay? Interestingly enough, we've got her brother over here, but I always get ahead of myself. Now, interesting enough, we also have another upside down queen, okay? So there are some similarities going on here. There's some mastery that needs to be done here for you, Sagittarius, okay? You gotta master your mind, and it looks like you gotta master your emotions. That's what the Queen of Cups is. This is a person who is emotionally available. And I'm thinking that you cannot get there until you master your mind. Okay? Like I said, she is not jaded. A person who is jaded is not emotionally available. She is not defensive. A person who is defensive is not emotionally available. Okay, so that's why she's the root of what you got to work on. See what I'm saying? She's at the root, so you got to work on your mind, and then eventually you're going to, once you master your mind, I feel, yes, then you're going to be freed. You're going to feel pretty flippin' good, okay? You're going to feel, really happy in your own energy here. But yet you're still not quite with the whole love thing here, okay? Like I said, cups are emotion, cups are love, but they're also intuition. Okay, so there's something about your intuition that is off at this point. Okay? I'm being led to this. You may have thought that there was going to be some sort of theft, some shady behavior. The moon represents intuition. This upside down is kind of your intuition out of whack. Okay, so if you suspected that something shady was going on and it never manifested and now it's on its way out, that is one big honking message there. And this is too, that your intuition is off. So not only do you have to work on mastering your emotions, which is, your heart, your love, your ability to do so, but also to master your intuition. And you must reflect. Okay? See how this is a reflection. She is very reflective. Okay? As a person, this is a feminine energy where people see themselves in her. Okay? So they see what they see in her is what they actually are. If they go, oh my God, this is such a beautiful, loving, emotionally available person, that means that's what you are. If they see this person and they go, oh, she's a thief, she's deceptive, she's lying, that's what you are as well. So not that I'm saying that's what you're doing, but it goes both ways. Okay? So anyway, so I'm just saying you got to reflect, and starting with your mind is going to help you a lot with your intuition and being emotionally available and learning how to love even after pain, which is kind of an interesting message going on here when you've got this 1111 portal here, but possibly maybe that's why I mentioned the third party situation. Those of you who know, you'll know who that is for. Okay, so the next card that we read is the Prince of Wands brother, Princess of Wands brother, the Prince of Wands. This is your hope. Okay? This is your hope. Now, this is not fully manifested energy. Okay? So he's a little bit off, right? So what is the Prince of Wands all about? Well, he is, of course, he's very fiery, but he's also very much like the swords. The swords are intellect, but this prince is intellectual as well. Okay? He's strong, agile. He's fast. He can be a little willful, he can be a little impulsive, but he's generous, he's courageous, he's tenacious. Sometimes he can be a bit of a trickster. Sometimes he recklessly abuses the mind power that he has in order to fool others. But if this is your hope that has not quite manifested yet, see, he's also a person that wants what they want, and they want it now. And if they don't get it, they flip out. They have a fit. Okay? Now, this could be a person. Okay? This could be a Leo. You know, we got a young Leo right there. It could be that there is someone that you're hoping to come into your life that has these traits. Okay? But also, it could be this other thing about him, that he is so powerful and youthful and strong and courageous that he can fight forces that are far superior from himself, far superior to him. He can fight it until he has victory. Okay? He could fight a king. He could fight the emperor. He could fight almost anything and win. Okay? So this could be what you're hoping for if it's not a person that fits these traits. If it's not you hoping for those things as well. So that's also very interesting. In another reading, someone said that this was her son. So if this resonates with you, please let me know. I'm so interested to find out. Now, interestingly enough, this is your state of being, or your environment, what's going on around you. You'll know which one. This is victory. This is divine victory. This is the major arcana victory. This is moving forward. Sometimes this is buying a car. This is taking a trip. Sometimes this is just movement in general. Okay? Now, you'll see that along here with your hopes, you got two masculine figures in chariots. The chariots of the old days were tanks, and what we would call tanks now. He's definitely driving a tank. He's got a lion there. He is fire all over the place, okay? So tanks pretty much just move forward and roll over everything until they are victorious. Okay, so right now, there's a certain movement in your life going on. There's a certain victory going on. Only you will know if this is your victory, because what you're hoping for right now is upside down. So I'm not sure if this is your victory or not. Okay? I think that if this was your victory, it would probably look like that. Oh, and everything just got dark there for a minute too. My phone does that when I make a particular point. So there may be a divine victory going on right now. I think it has something to do with this 1111, which is pretty flippin' cool. Now, let me just get this. Sorry about all the stretchy noises I'm making here. Now this is your fear. Now this is what I was talking about over here with the Queen and this upside down swords. Okay, your intuition's out of whack. You are afraid of your intuition being out of whack. Who knows, maybe you said hey, don't be still and stuff, and it never happened, and now you're like, whoops, that might be, right for one or two of you. But yeah, there's something about your intuition that's out of whack right now, Sagittarius. So the fact that this reading is putting such an emphasis on that means that you should really start doing some intuitive work, like meditating, clear away thoughts. Here, yeah, they're telling me if you start with the mind, if you go into meditation and you consciously say, I now release all my negative thoughts, all my old ways of thinking, all my fears, all my, whatever. All those other things that I said earlier, you might want to reverse to this. Thoughts are vibrations. And what a lot of people don't know is that unless you use your mind to consciously release them, they just keep banging around in your head forever until you're confused, you don't know what to do, and you get overwhelmed. This is a part of mastering your mind. Okay? So, take these vibrations and think these thoughts out of your head. You have to see a door on the top of your head, your crown chakra, open up. And you have to imagine your thoughts leaving. It's not even hard. You don't have to work so hard to see them. Okay? Start breathing, start meditating, envision, imagine the top of your head opening up. And then you just say, I release all my old thoughts, all my negative thoughts, all my fears, and all the things that you don't want, all my old thought patterns, all my old ways of thinking. And you just say it with a very strong intention, and you could maybe even feel them leave your head. I do. Just doing that will open up your head and will take these vibrations out. And as you do this, don't forget to say, and I give them to the angels or to God or, even to the earth. Put them into the earth, give them to the angels in order to transmute these negative things into useful energy for the rest of the world and the universe. So you just don't want to litter energetically now, do we? So you open up your head, you let out these old things, and you give them to the earth, to the angels, to God, whatever, to transmute them into good energies that will bless creation. Okay? Now, once you have made room in your head, you'll have some clarity. You'll be surprised. Once you get these old thoughts out of your head, it'll make room for new thoughts. Once you get these old fears out of your head, only a few will return. You continuously let them out because your mind is trained to do these things. So if you let out some, they may create more. But you're going to notice a big difference, okay? So once you have made room for new thoughts, new ways of thinking, because you have to reprogram your mind the way you reprogram a computer. You reprogram your mind to think a certain way, and then things like emotion won't get clogged or stopped up, or you know what I mean? Emotion needs to flow. That's why it's represented by water. Okay? Also, intuition needs to flow. That's why it's represented by water as well. Okay? So the priestess, she just knows. She barely speaks, I hear. Some people say she doesn't speak at all. Okay? She does not see with her two eyes. She sees with her mind eye. Okay? Her mind's eye. And she has these energetic feelers, and she feels everything. It is brought into her energetically, and she would not feel these things if she had her mind chock full with old thoughts and negative thoughts just kind of ricocheting around in her head. She'd be confused. That's confusion. So there's some advice for you on how to clear your intuition. Go ahead and look up other ways too, in case I missed anything. Now, here's your outcome. Okay? We have another 3. Okay? So at this point, I would say go ahead and look up angel number 33 because it has an additional message for you about today. Go ahead and look up angel number 1111. Okay? Because that definitely has a message for you. Okay? So while this could be a third-party situation, this could also represent a third partner in business. Love doesn't always have to be love relationships like couples. Because like I said, this is, wands are often career. And when we have business partners and such, we do have a certain amount of love for them. Okay? Now, when we have the 3 of discs, this is Capricorn, which is the energy, the entrepreneur of the zodiac. And then what we have here is the masculine energy of Mars. Mars is being worked on. The masculine energy is in, Mars is in Aries, and it's retrograde until Friday. It's been really working on everybody's masculine energy. And now you'll see that, okay, so this might have something to do with that. Like I said, it's over on Friday. But I'm saying that, see, now a marriage doesn't have to be a marriage. It can be a partnership. You could be 2 partners and you guys decide to bring in a third. And so then that's the proposal. Then that's the marriage. Then that's the celebration. And then that's where things work. Okay? And that's what this is. The 3 of discs is manifestation. This is a commercial transaction. This is business. This is the increase of your material things. This is starting a project and then getting it going. What we have here is we have the idea, then we have the goal, and then we have the plan, and then it starts working, which is why this is called works. Okay? All right, so now I see what was up with these. So it seems like this may not be a bunch of love and marriage like I was so excited about at the beginning. I'm sure there's a few of you. I mean, it could be that you have 2 business partners and one of them got married and decided to let the spouse in. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? But it looks like there's a business transaction that is at the end of all of this. So today is kind of a lucky day for you, I'm thinking. Now, what is at the bottom of all this is the an underlying. Okay, so The underlying energy for all of this, which is at the bottom of the deck, is the happy family card. This is inheritance, whether it's money or DNA. This is your earthly family. This is your blood family, but this is the happy family ending. So, I mean, this could be, you know, your family. This could be for those of you who did get proposed to, who are going to have a marriage, and then maybe they're going to start a business all together. That's awesome. And you will have a very happy family. Okay? And underneath this, this is intuition. Okay? I'm not feeling this is deception. Sometimes this is deception, but with all this intuition talk going on here in your reading, this is you. See how it's right side up? This is you getting a handle on your intuition. Oh my goodness. The moon is also the feminine energy, whereas the sun is the masculine energy. Oh, then there's going to be a huge change, and you'll totally be using your mind's eye. Here we have the white dove of hope. We started with the white dove of hope down here. Okay, so you might want to look up that animal totem as well. And holy moly, then what we have here is happiness. Wow. Yeah, you're going to be fine. You are totally going to learn to totally use your intuition. And then that, of course, that's going to be a huge change. I do not feel like this is a bad tower. This is going to be a big change for your masculine energy. Like I was saying, look, there's Mars right there. Mars is the masculine, Venus is the feminine, and and apparently there are ways to use your intuition. You can use your intuition with your feminine energy. You can also use your intuition with the masculine energy. I learned that just this week when I was doing Capricorn's reading. I did not know that. So that's something that I learned this week. Look at here. This is the moon is Piscean energy, and so is this happiness. So there might be a Pisces involved here. Okay. All right, this is getting a little long. How much control do you have over the situation at hand? I gauge that by the number of major arcana to minor, and you've got the Chariot and the Priestess, and that's all. So 2 out of 10 cards means that this is all up to you mostly. Okay? And the point they want to make is that there's a major victory going on, probably around you, or it could be this victory here. And there's a victory that you would like still, or this represents a person in your life. And then this is a big old message about your intuition. And these 2 things are part of your divine blueprint. So they are major for your divine blueprint, okay? Well, that's what I have for you this week, Sagittarius. Thanks again. See you next time.